Me and James on Sports Zone are talking all things Wilder and Fury. You were distraught, weren't you, James? Tell me how you felt.
I mean, I can't use industrial strength language on the show because it's a family show, but if I could, I'd be going ballistic. Look, let's not make no bones about it. I love Tyson Fury. He's one of my favourite fighters. The story means so much to me, but without being biased, he won virtually every second of that fight. He made two horrendous mistakes which resulted in him getting knocked down. But we saw glimmers of the Tyson Fury that fought Vladimir Klitschko. He was moving well, he was fainting. Deontay Wilder looked absolutely bamboozled by this 6'9" Gypsy King who he couldn't get anywhere near. Tyson Fury won the fight. It's controversial and I wasn't happy about it.
You weren't. Tyson Fury was a great advocate, I thought, and I think he's made a lot of friends through this fight with how he spoke about mental health, and if he can get knocked down and get up, then anybody can. I think that's a great thing for the sport and a great thing for just society in general.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I spoke to last week to Rob about this, and a lot of men, especially, the suicide rate among men is so much higher than women. That's because from such a young age, women are bred to talk about their feelings. Men aren't. They're called wimps, they're called knaves, and they feel like they can't express their emotions. It's not cool to cry if you're a man, and that's the public opinion. But if the heavyweight champion of the world can show that he can be brought to his knees by this medical disease, then it can happen to literally anybody on the planet. Tyson has done so much, and Tyson probably doesn't even realise the full effect of how many lives he's saved, people who were thinking about killing themselves. They've looked at his story, looked from where he's come from, and now they're inspired to keep living, to spend time with their families, to go out and do great things. It's incredible. And as you mentioned, in that last round, when he looked unconscious and he woke up at 6 seconds and got up, he got up for everybody suffering with mental health.
Absolutely.
A hero.
An absolute hero. So what's the next move for Tyson Fury now, do you think? Will he want the rematch? Will he have his eyes set on Joshua? What do you think his next move is?
Well, Tyson Fury to his core is a fighting man. I mean, you're not going to get anybody with more heart. Not many people get up from shots like that, especially from a man who punches as hard as Deontay Wilder. We're not messing around with somebody who's feather-fisted it.
Yeah.
Deontay could be the biggest puncher in heavyweight history. I mean, I explained to somebody who wanted to know about the fight that Tyson Fury is the technician there. To beat Wilder, he has to walk through a minefield, and he did just that. In regards to moving forward, I think there was a rematch clause in the contract if Deontay won or if Fury won. I'm not sure what the stipulations were if it was to be a draw.
Always a grey area.
Yeah, which could have had some influence on the scoring.
Who knows?
I'm not saying anybody was paid, but I'm exactly saying that somebody was paid. I think Tyson wants the rematch. I think he'd love to get Deontay Wilder over to the UK. I think that would be the way to go. I think that it could fill out any stadium in the country. I think it could sell Wembley twice over. I really do.
I think I prefer it in England as well, because then I wouldn't have to stay up till 5 AM to watch it.
I'll tell you what, it's a tough one staying up, but there's something a little bit special.
Yeah.
When you're all at Liverpool 5 in the morning, you're 10 cams down, and you're cheering on a Gypsy King. I mean, it's a little bit special. There's not too many fighters in the world who... Of course there's a few I watch,
but,
well, not a few, I watch all the big fights, and a lot of the poor fights as well, but there's only a select few, maybe less than 10 in the world, who you are really emotionally attached to. Like, when Tyson gets hit, you feel like you've been hit. He gives you that feeling, has to be in the UK, absolutely has to be.
Because I think fighting over the years built such a reputation with the characters that it's brought forward from boxing, like Muhammad Ali and everybody, and the rest, but I think we've lacked that in recent years, like the actual characters and the pantomime and the show aspect of boxing, and I think Tyson Fury is a great personality to get that character back up in boxing.
Yeah, you're correct. As he says himself, he's the most colourful and charismatic champion since Muhammad Ali. He really is, and it's nice that obviously when he won those world titles against Klitschko, a lot of people didn't like him. He said a couple of things that were deemed controversial. The press attacked him more than they should have done, but now since he's had this battle with mental health, people are seeing the real him. Everybody's getting behind him, and also it could bring a tear to the eye to see how happy it's making him.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, James. We're talking boxing and all things more on Sports Zone on Salford City Radio.
94.4 FM.